Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I think it is high time I finally got around to doing NW opening number 50. If for no other reason than the fact that we're putting off NW opening number 50 means we're also putting off everyone that comes after that, and we really need to get these done. We have somewhere in the region of 115 NW openings to do, so it's time to get on with it. Now, for the 50th video special, I wanted to do something special. So I gave everyone a vote on YouTube and Instagram, and the top voted options were the Super 7 Andre the Giant and my Storm Collectibles Jushin Liger. Now these are two of my most premium figures, so it stands to reason. Now on YouTube it was a 50-50 vote. On Instagram Andre hedged it, but I'm actually going to overrule the vote, and I'm going to open Liger instead, because I just don't think I'm quite ready to open Andre just yet. So instead, we're going to do Liger. And this is my first Storm Collectibles figure, so I really don't know what to expect from this at all. But one thing I know for certain is that I'm very excited to open this. So I got this out of Ringside Collectibles Cyber Monday sale at the end of last year, and this was featured in the first mail opening of this year. And I'll just tilt the camera down a little bit so you get the bottom of the box. And it's about time that we got this guy open. So, as you can see on the front, we've got some, we've got the age range, 15 plus, no worry about that. We've got the New Japan logo in this corner, the Storm Collectibles logo in that corner, and that, whatever that says, I would imagine it equates to some kind of Japanese for Thunder Liger, you know. We got the picture on the front, you can see the figure there. And it's a shame that Liger doesn't really transcend wrestling, because I think this would make a killer Power Ranger. We've just got the same on the top with the Storm Collectibles logo. I don't know if you can really see there, but we've got the embossed image of the figure on the side there. World Legend. On the back, you can see him being posed a little bit. And a few of the statistics about Jushin Liger. 170 centimeters, 95 kilograms. I'm guessing this is debut year, 1989. I couldn't say for certain, I don't really know. We can see on the back, production, Storm Collectibles, licensee, manufacturing, and so on and so forth. Manufactured in Hong Kong, very interesting. Like I said, this is my first Storm Collectibles figure, because they are just a little bit too premium for me. I would own the entire Tekken range if they weren't twice as expensive as I could ever possibly justify. Now, if I was really rich, I would buy them, but that is about it, really. But this guy was literally down to about $10 in the ringside sale, so I couldn't resist. It is the debut attire, which is probably the least interesting one, although, like I say, it does have that kind of Power Ranger vibe to it, and it is better than nothing in every way. The cardboard on these things, the images and everything, it's really, really good. It's really, really premium. These are really, really nice looking figures. So, I'm going to crack this guy open and we'll get on with this. After my craft knife elected to explode on me when I did the Eddie Guerrero NW opening, I am now electing to just use my pen knife. You know, there's no danger of that breaking, opening a small figure, I suppose. So, yep, let's just... let's get into it. We're just going to cut that tape on the top there. Point of no return. There's no going back now. We are going to open our first Storm Collectibles figure here on the DSW network. As we always do, we'll put the backing card behind the figure as well. That's actually pretty nice. It's just red card with some with those decals on again. I'm afraid I really don't know what that equates to, but you know, that I'm sure if anybody cares, someone in the comment section will have commented that already. You can see we've got this. Oh, actually, there's a bubble over a bubble here, so we need to slide that off. Is this taped in somewhere? Got that back view there as well. So I've just slid this open, stood up, and all of the hands have immediately fell out. So I would maybe advise laying this down. As you can see, we have the plastic wrap on the inside of this tray and also on the back of it as well, so behind Liger. I guess just to try and minimize... Oh! Okay, that just happened. So all the hands are now out, and so is the figure. And he's already taken a face plant. That's what I want in my premium figure. Should have been more careful. Oh well. So there we are. All the hands have fell out the box now, so we'll get into those separately. Here's the front view of the figure. Let's have a little zoom in. This looks really, really cool. We've got the legs there as well. And we have the back view. It's kind of having a little bit of trouble standing up, but I'm sure that'll be fine once I fiddle with it a little bit. So, you know, really nice decals on the back, really nice details. We've got the mask line coming through the hair and everything. That's really cool. And the joint check in this one is going to be a little bit different because, like I say, I've never opened a Storm Collectibles figure before. So before we get into the joint check, we'll just go through the accessories. The only ones of which, seriously having a bit of a hard time standing up. So the only accessories we have two pointing hands, two kind of open hands, two grip hands, and two kind of Kenny Omega posed hands, as well as the two fists that are already on him. Now, first impressions are that these are sturdier than they look. This is a sturdier feeling figure than I think that they look. So again, we'll get into the joint check now, and we'll see what this guy is working with. So first of all, we got the head, of course. That's nice and stiff. I really like the way that this part is kind of glistening in the light as I'm turning it, like it's just kind of catching the light. The head seems fine there. Not a lot of dip, but that's probably partly because of the mask, partly because of the hair, possibly because of the style as well. This ab joint seems to be intent on going, so we'll give that a go. That goes further than it looks, I guess. That's not really too bad. It looks like it's not going to go that far. In the end, it gets stuck in the middle there when the two parts of the belt collide. We have a kind of upward swivel as well as a kind of waist swivel, so that's kind of cool. The torso here is rubber, as is consistent with quite a few Storm figures. It seems like a weird choice. I don't really know what the science is behind that. I don't know a lot about Storm or their figures, but you know, that is definitely a decision they've made at some stage. And it also tips to either side as well. The waist joint is a little bit loose, but it's not terrible. And next we'll get into the arms. So first of all, we have the butterfly joints going into that rubber torso. So that's always a nice little extra piece. And in this instance where it isn't actually, you know, the guy's wearing clothes, I think it's hidden better than, you know, in like a flesh colored figure, like an Ultimate Edition or something. The arm, see, we have standard shoulder, up, down, and out. And a bicep swivel, as well as a double jointed elbow that's kind of hidden away in there. And of course the wrist there as well. Really nice. There is actually articulation inside the wrist as well as on the hand itself. Yeah, really, really quite stiff all the way through that arm. Not bad at all, really. Which I suppose is what you're wanting when you're buying these premium collectibles. That shoulder's a lot more loose, but it's not too bad, really. Butterfly joint is fine. Bicep swivel is fine. That elbow is nice and tight. Wrist rotation. the hand rotation and the wrist rotation are okay. Now, here's my main concern. Here's what my main concern has always been with these Jushin figures, and that is the legs. That is these upper thighs and how posable these are, because they don't look like they move. So I'm going to find out once and for all what these guys are packing. So yeah, fully up. Okay. And they could go out on a kind of ball joint there. On a kind of, there is a joint inside there, so they can go out a little bit. I'd say that's more hampered by his attire than anything, actually. Which is again rubber. This crotch piece here is also rubber. We've got the knee bend, of course, a double jointed knee, nice touch. There's nothing in terms of a boot cut there, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. I guess it's not the end of the world. We do have a boot bend there, so that can kind of make for up for it in some cases. And we also actually have a toe bend as well, for any use that is to you. I don't personally see much use in it in a wrestling figure, but you know, what do I know? And the other one is much the same, maybe nice and squeaky, maybe a little bit tighter in the knee there, and that boot is nice and tight. And yeah, my main concern with this guy is just the fact that it doesn't seem to want to stand too easily. That's clearly an issue with how the boots currently are, as opposed to anything to do with the figure or anything. But yeah, that's totally fine. Again, I got this guy really cheap in the ringside sale, and you know, it's really nice to have the customizable options of 4 different sets of spare hands, 5 sets of hands total. That's really, really cool. And again, I don't think this is the best Liger we got. I don't think this is the best Liger we got, but it is really good, and it is better than nothing. All those joints are really, really strong, and like I say, the figure just feels a lot more sturdy than I kind of expected it to. The hands, I think the way that the hands are painted, I think maybe looks a little bit more kind of, maybe it's just because I'm not used to it, but maybe a little bit more cartoonish, a bit more anime figure styled than you might be used to from Elites, etc. But either way, I think it's really good, and it's nice to have this many options. So I think I'm going to round this off like I do on every NW opening, talking about what this guy is going to be doing in DSW. And the short answer is, I don't really know. He's going to be doing a lot of stuff around the Fed and appearing here, there, and everywhere. I have quite a few ideas for matches, etc., but not necessarily anything in terms of storylines and sort of runs or anything like that. I think he's just going to kind of appear now and then, and if I come up with something for him later, then, you know, we'll get that going. Then that's probably how the case is going to be. But this guy's going to do pretty well out of DSW in the near future, assuming I finally start filming stuff in the near future. And, you know, I'm quite looking forward to getting that done. So if you enjoyed this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe, and check out the NW Openings playlist at the end screen, as well as all of my other content. Thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.